Anytime a child is hurt, our first instinct is to help. Hi, my name is Lydia Mackey, and in the next few minutes I'm going to show you how to do CPR on a child. You'll learn everything you need to know in order to help a child whose heart has stopped. It's simple. Push hard and fast in the center of the chest. Give the child breaths and call 911. That's it. I'll show you how to do each step, and you'll get the chance to practice along the way. Then we'll practice all of the steps together. If you have a remote control for your video player, keep it near you so you can easily pause to practice or replay anything you want to see again. Before we get started, it's important for you to know that the #1 reason people don't give CPR to someone who needs it is that they're afraid of doing CPR wrong. Any CPR is better than no CPR. Your actions can only help. We're going to teach you effective traditional CPR, and you'll get lots of chances to practice. You'll learn how to push hard and fast and give breaths so the blood keeps moving and the child gets oxygen until the medical professionals take over. Now Minnie Ann is ready. Place Minnie Ann in front of you like this. Her chest should be at your knees with her head to one side. Okay, let's get started by learning one of the most important parts of child CPR, pushing hard and fast on the chest. Position yourself next to the child with his or her chest in front of you. Place the heel of your hand in the center of the chest. Now you try it. Put the heel of your hand in the center of the chest, like this. Now keep your hand in the center of the chest and push hard, straight down. Make sure the chest moves down about 2 inches. After each push, let the chest rise completely back up, like this. You should hear a clicking sound if you're pushing hard enough. If you don't hear a click, use 2 hands with one hand on top of the other, like this. Keep pushing a few more times to make sure that you have a feel for how hard you need to push. Good. If you need more time to get your Minnie Ann to click when you push on the chest, pause the DVD now and start again when you're ready. Now let's practice several more pushes. You may only need one hand to hear a click with each push, but I need to use 2 hands for this child. Put the heel of one hand in the center of the chest. And if you're using 2 hands, put the other hand on top of the first. Start pushing hard and fast, making sure you move the chest down about 2 inches. Follow along with the music. The music will help you get a feel for how fast to push. Let the chest rise all the way back up after each push. If you stay directly over the chest and keep your arms straight, it's a lot easier. Push down about 2 inches. Listen for the click. Great. Next, you'll learn another very important part of child CPR, giving breaths. Children often have healthy hearts. Usually a child's heart stops because he or she can't breathe or is having trouble breathing. So it's very important to give breaths as well as chest pushes to a child. Now I'll show you the steps of giving breaths to a child. We'll go through them a little at a time, giving you time to practice each step along with me. Keep your remote control near you so you can easily pause to practice or replay anything you want to try again. Remember, we'll practice all of the steps together a little later on. Make sure your Minnie Ann is still blown up as full as you can get it. If you need time to get your Minnie Ann ready, just pause the video now. Watch while I show you how to give breaths to a child. First, Ease the head back by putting one hand on the forehead while lifting the chin with 2 fingers of your other hand. Okay, now you try that. One hand on the forehead, 2 fingers of the other hand under the chin. Be careful not to put your hand on the child's neck, otherwise air won't go in and out. Now let me show you how to get air into Minnie Ann. Watch me again for a moment. Use the hand on the forehead to pinch the nose, and then completely cover Minnie Ann's mouth with your own, like this. Now blow into Minnie Ann for about 1 second and make the chest rise. You'll know the air is going into the right place if you see the chest rise. Okay, now try that with me. Put one hand on the forehead and the fingers of your other hand under the chin, keeping your hand away from her neck. Pinch the nose, cover Minnie Ann's mouth with yours, and blow in for about 1 second. You'll know you're giving good breaths when you see the chest rise. It sometimes takes a few tries to learn to give good breaths. If the chest isn't rising, pause the video and practice giving breaths until the chest rises every time. You can back up the video if you'd like to review before we move forward. Okay, now let's try a few pairs of breaths. Watch for Minnie Ann's chest to rise. Remember to keep the head tilted, keeping your hand away from her neck, and pinch the nose as you breathe into her mouth. After the first breath, let the chest go all the way back down before giving another breath. Great. Let's do one last pair of breaths. Remember to keep the head tilted and pinch the nose as you breathe into the mouth. Remember to keep your hand away from her neck. Again, let the chest go all the way back down and then give another breath. Great. It may not seem like it, but you've already learned the key skills of child CPR, pushing hard and fast and giving breaths. Let's practice those 2 skills together for a little bit. First, we'll push on the chest. Put 1 or 2 hands in the center of Minnie Ann's chest. Push hard about 2 inches. Let's do 30 pushes. 1, 2, 3. Push down about 2 inches. Don't be afraid to push hard, because this will move the blood to the brain and heart. 28, 29, 30. Great. Now we're going to give 2 breaths. Once again, ease the head back by putting one hand on the forehead while lifting the chin with 2 fingers of your other hand, keeping your hand away from her neck. Pinch the nose. Completely cover Minnie Ann's mouth with yours and blow in for about 1 second. Blow in enough air to make the chest rise. Once the chest goes back down, do it again. Watch for Minnie Ann's chest to rise. Now 30 pushes. 1, 2, 3. If you're only using one hand for pushes, be sure not to leave your other hand on the child's forehead. "28, 29, 30. Now give 2 more breaths. And 30 more pushes. 1, 2, 3. Listen for the clicker. Let the chest come all the way back up after each push. 28, 29, 30. And one last pair of breaths. Good work. You're doing great. You're getting the feel for how to do the push and breathe sequence of CPR. Now I'm going to show you a couple of steps that lead up to pushes and breaths, like figuring out if the child really needs you to push on their chest and breathe for them in the first place. Watch me for a moment. Let's say we've just arrived at a scene where a child was found on the ground. The first thing you should do is tap the child and shout something like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?" If the child doesn't respond, she's not just sleeping and we better get some help, and say it like you mean it. "Hey you, call 911 now!" If the child is not breathing or is only gasping, you need to start CPR right away. Okay, let's do that again. We're going to tap and shout, get help, and check the child's breathing. "Are you all right? Are you all right? Hey you, call 911 now!" If the child is not breathing or is only gasping, you need to start CPR. Just like you did before, put 1 or 2 hands in the center of the chest and push hard and fast, straight down, about 2 inches. Give 30 pushes. 1, 2, 3. Allow the chest to come all the way back up after each push. If you keep your arms straight while you push, it makes it a lot easier. 28, 29, 30. Now give 2 breaths. And 30 more pushes. 1, 2, 3. Listen for the clicker. Push hard and fast, about 2 inches down. Let the chest come all the way back up after each push. 28, 29, 30. Now give 2 more breaths. And 30 more pushes. 1, 2, 3. Listen for the clicker. Push hard and fast, about 2 inches down. Let the chest come all the way back up after each push. 28, 29, 30. Now give 2 breaths. If, after 5 sets of pushes and breaths, no one has called 911, you'll need to do that yourself. The emergency operator will ask some important questions so that help can be sent quickly and to the right place. Don't hang up the phone unless the emergency operator tells you to. If the child still isn't responding or breathing, keep doing sets of pushes and breaths until medical professionals take over. Now let's practice together all the way through, from discovery of the child to the arrival of medical professionals. Let's begin. "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Hey you, call 911 now!" 1, 2, 3. If the child is not breathing or is only gasping, it's time to start CPR. Start by giving 30 pushes. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now give 2 breaths. And 30 more pushes. 1, 2, 3. Push hard and fast in the center of the chest. Allow the chest to rise all the way back up after each push. If you keep your arms straight as you push, it makes it a lot easier. 28, 29, 30. Now give 2 breaths. And 30 more pushes. 1, 2, 3. Make sure the chest moves down about 2 inches with each push. Listen for the clicker. Push hard and fast. Let the chest come all the way back up after each push. 28, 29, 30. And now give 2 more breaths. And 30 more pushes. 1, 2, 3. Listen for the clicker. Push hard and fast. Let the chest come all of the way back up after each push. 28, 29, 30. And one more pair of breaths. Good job! Medical professionals have arrived and taken over doing CPR. If you need to rest, stop the video and start again when you're ready.